Thank you so much. Mhlekazi, I would like for us to zoom into Gqeberha, Nelson Mandela Bay. My understanding is that first council meeting is sitting tomorrow. Where are you standing there in as far as coalitions are concerned? What can we see transpire maybe between now and tomorrow, if anything? And then on the issue of Mhlekazi, declared, the President has just released a statement saying that the flags will fly half-mast. Your reaction to that? And then Samafellohe, with regards to the clinics that you've said they should be opened in 24 hours, I'm actually seeing some reactions to that from social media. People that are saying that there's a concern of security. Health officials get attacked when they have to drive ambulances in the township and all of those things. How can that be addressed then? Engos Kakul.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to get an idea from the CIC with regards to our issues related to electricity and ESCOM. So after the MTBPS, the finance minister was also questioning why we still have these issues of load shedding, and basically was saying we need to deal with the issue of the grid more than it is to actually sort of fix the current issues that we have with our power stations. I know that you released a statement calling for the removal of Pravin Gordhan, but besides that, what is the suggestion of the EFF in terms of dealing with our energy issues? Especially since, you know, one of the proposals you have as a part of these coalition discussions is free, you know, electricity and water for SASSA beneficiaries. And maybe, I know you've been speaking quite extensively about it, but which part or what broke the straw on the camel's back when it came to the discussions between the ANC and the EFF? If you're able to just give specifics in that regard. Thank you.
I'm going to take it back to Nelson Mandela Bay as well. I was told that by people that side that the ANC and EFF had reached an agreement in terms of the EFF supporting an ANC mayor in exchange for ANC or basically the EFF occupying the seat of Speaker and Chief Whip. So in terms of now the EFF saying that there's no longer going to be a relationship with the ANC, has that agreement been abandoned or did it never exist? And then also just back to Utatu Herman Mashaba. I know the EFFs, you've said that you're being patient with Mashaba, but there's been questions on why is the EFF insisting on Mashaba? What is it about Mashaba that the EFF seems to be in agreement of, or, yeah, just that.
Thank you, President.
No, we're not insisting on Mashaba. We're sharing municipalities. So we were saying, that's why our people will keep on saying we insist on Mashaba, because they too have not given themselves time to look at what will constitute Johannesburg. You cannot constitute Johannesburg successful municipality without bringing Mashaba on board, because he's got numbers. So if you have a party like EFF, ANC, Mashaba voting together, then you have secured Joburg against the Afrikanerdom. But if the Afrikanerdom comes with the DA, Freedom Front, Mashaba, and those smaller parties, ACDP and them, then they take over Johannesburg. So it's not only insisting on Mashab. You can't do without him. But because you gave him Johannesburg, then he has to give you Pretoria, because you need him again in Pretoria. But you don't need him in Ekurhuleni. So the ANC and the EFF, if voting together there, they can still win without Mashaba. So that's why we said we need Mashaba to come on board. So Mashaba is also a victim of racism. It showed him serious flames when he was in the DA. And he left ultimately because of those type of things. So we thought it was going to be someone that can help us to bring stability in the bigger cities. It's not informed by anything. You know what broke the ANC and the EFF deal? It's because the ANC was not saying anything on the deal. They just insisted on talking positions, not issues. You see, when you look at the leader of the PA, the way he's speaking, the way he's so excited, I don't know if some of you saw his thing. He says he's got a mayor, he's got this. They wanted us to do that. Hey, we've got a municipality here. Hey, we've got municipality here. Okay, what are the issues? What is the coalition pact? What have you agreed on? We've got this. Helen Zille today in the morning said, I don't know if he said the name, but he said someone came to him and said, don't tell me about those things of issues. We just need money and positions. And that sounded like PA, Mapantit. I didn't hear what Helen Zille said, but when she spoke, I said, SG, did she say the name? SG said, I just said the issues. I didn't hear if she said the name. But this sounds like Mapantiti, where you go this one. Money and positions. That's all. So now Mapantiti, don't go around asking for such things. We want the issues on the table that are going to resolve the problems of all South Africans, irrespective of their color, gender, and their background. Let me tell you one of the issues we asked from the ANC, which is very interesting, and they can't budge on it as well, is the issue of disability. We in the EFF come from a point of view that says there shouldn't be a single disabled person without a house. Disabled people are not too many if you are to think of. Just us sitting in this hall now, and when you think alone now, you know very few people who are disabled. That's how few they are. There shouldn't be a single disabled person in South Africa who doesn't have a proper house that is proper for a disabled person, with water and electricity and inside flushing toilet. I get we're building houses every day as government. Why should we disagree about that? Introducing that woman is a minister of disabled people. Maite in the presidency is the youth, women, and disability. Yeah. We have a ministry that should be joining us in making that call, that no single disabled person must not have a house, not one. The ANC can't budge on that. We're not asking for money that is not there. They are building houses every day. We're saying, let there be special allocation for disabled people. That's why we fought with the ANC. Build power stations. No, you must first fire the CEO, fire the board, and fire Bravin. I'm not sure, guys. And this I'm speaking under correction. But it looks like Pravin is sick and is unable to perform his responsibility. Despite his incapacity as a person, his health is not in good condition. I'm speaking under correction. So you have a sick crisis like this with a minister who's not proper and fit to run such a complex ministry. It's a disservice to the country. Even himself, he's so greedy to a point where he's unable to tell the president, release me. It looks like the similar problem is in finance as well. That's why the budget took long to be presented. It's not the incapacity of Treasury. We all know how Treasury operates. The man is not in a very good condition, I suspect. The budget, after being presented in Parliament, the committee did not sit to debate the budget. Very unusual. It has never happened. Because the guy, so I get Marona lo beta the way he walks, there is a crisis. I remember one day I would suggest resolution ya NGC ile toilet ga yona. Remolata ga toilet. Ino godongwana hiding inside the toilet. We had to fetch him from the toilet. Disappeared with the resolution on nationalization of mines and the banks. It's a fact. That guy is a coward like that. So the guy now got the problem. Ya old age. Ba kula kamuka got the president lena am not. Ba lwala. Old age home. He's sick, all of it. They are all not proper. If they claim they are proper, let's go and do public health check. All of us. They are not proper. You've got a sick government, literally. It must be a concern of every South African. Remove Tate. So we need power stations. Medupi must be completed. We need to make sure that there is a proper capacity built to generate sufficient energy for the grid. We need to fight the corruption that is there in Eskom, where Eskom loses multi-millions of rands over stolen diesel. And there is no coal, by the way, that is going to be closed here by Cyril Ramaphosa and his friends. If they close it, we open it. And we'll sell to whoever we want to sell to. We're not going to listen to that nonsense. People can't build their economy through coal. And then when they are well off, come and say to us, no, you need to close coal. We agree that eventually it will happen. But it can't be abrupt thing that we are just told, hey, everything is done, we are going to give you millions. Go. No, we're not going to do that. We need to protect our coal industry, because to close it will be to close the economy of many of our provinces. So we're not going to allow that. But under that leadership, we're not going anywhere. Cyril must accept that unless they are together, to make sure that state-owned enterprises fail so that they can sell them to their friends. If that is the idea, then they are doing very well. They are doing very well in privatizing. Enoch was NUMSA Secretary General. Cyril was NUM Secretary General. Gwede Mantashe was Secretary General of NUM. Tula Sinesi was Secretary General of SATU. Who else? Fikile Majola was Secretary of NEHAU. So you've got a government constituted by former serious national leaders of unions. Ibrahim Patel wanting to privatize the strategic assets of the state. Something is wrong. I don't know whether they were part then, I don't know. Clinics, there's no problem of security. You see, you just created jobs. I like your questions because they are job creation. We open clinics and people are threatened, then we hire security, and not outsource it, in-sourced security. And if it has become that dangerous, each ambulance will have a security. The same way, you remember truck drivers used to drive trucks alone. Today, every truck has got a security guard inside. So if a truck can have a security guard inside to guard the truck and the truck driver, what about an ambulance that is going to save lives? But our people are not mad. Our people are not sick. I don't see them taking ambulance that is going to rescue life. It's not true. But that is not the argument of the ANC, that we are not opening clinics for 24/7 because there is the security issue on clinics. By the way, those things that look like hospitals, which are operating 24 hours, they operate 24 hours. There's never been an issue of security. Why are they not closed about China? Why are those hospitals operating if there is a problem of security? There are public-owned hospitals, few as they are, dilapidated as they are, yet they are operating 24/7. And there's never been an issue of security. There will be isolated incidences, but we've always been there to deal with those. Once we build 24-hour clinics with ambulances and nurses and doctors, the people will protect those things because those are their assets. Chief, de Klerk and Cyril have got a relationship of a special kind. Bachwa khole. Or they met underground, even above ground. That's how much they know each other. We don't want to go far. But Cyril, there's no way he can fly the flags half-mast because his head shame. Head proper. One of the men who looked after me passed away. That's what he should be thinking about. Cyril is part of them. So he's deeply hurt. When is that funeral? Want to organize these norms? It must be after tears. After ample tears. So Cyril worked with these people. Proper. They identified him much earlier in the 70s. And he still works with them till to date. So there's no way he can fly a flag at half-mast.